everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to make a lot of pizza crusts. So I'm going to try to make at least 9 today for the freezer, maybe more, it depends on how the day goes. So we have a family of 5, and I have to make 5 pizzas for dinner when I make it. My oldest son is celiac, so 2 of the pizzas are going to be gluten-free, and I already have some of his made and in the freezer, and then it's usually 3 pizzas for the rest of us, but that includes a little bit of leftover for someone to have some for breakfast or whatever they want. So I am going to get started on this. So it is 2 1/3 cup of flour, either 1 packet of instant yeast or 2 1/4 teaspoons. So I have a lot like this. Actually, oh, I'm just going to take out the other one out of the freezer. So I buy a larger container, and then I will just fill one of these with yeast. Well, a couple of them. I will keep one of them out, and the rest I date and put in the fridge, or freezer, sorry. So that I will let it sit there. So what did I say? 2 1/4 teaspoons. And we got 2 teaspoons of sugar. Oh, I forgot the salt. Half a teaspoon of salt. We got a quarter, where did I put it? 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. And I love adding this. It tastes so good. Okay, so now we're just gonna mix it up. I'm gonna use my wire whisk. I don't know if anyone else has this issue, but I find it doesn't grab the powder from all the way around the edges. So I'm just gonna quickly whisk that together first. Then we're going to add in a 1/3 cup of warm water. Did I say 1/3? 3/4 cup of warm water. So you're going to want to make sure that this is warm water and not hot water. So I will turn this on. I find it works best if you add it just a little bit at a time. And I have to add it to the edges so that it grabs all of the flour. And then it's 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm just going to let that mix for a couple minutes. so the first one is done. So I'm going to put it straight into the freezer. So I'm going to put it into plastic wrap. A few little pieces came off. So what I'll do is I'll put a cookie sheet on the freezer shelf, and then as I make all of these, I will stick them in one by one. Let's see. Yeah, that still closes. So I prefer to have the dough frozen and work with it. I'll take it out in the morning and I will work with it. Just let it defrost all day. It's just easier to make into the dough. You don't have to do huge stretching and go through the whole rise, punch it down. I don't know. It's just me personally. I know, everybody is different that way, but that's just the way that I've come to like it for time saving purposes. So the last time I made pizza, I made all the dough, let them all rise, and because I'm making 5, it just is, it can be a lot of work if you're making it from scratch and trying to cook it that night. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make pizza for supper tomorrow night. So I'm going to take the frozen ones out tomorrow, and it'll just make my work a little easier. But we are all different that way, so there's no technical right or wrong way. It still works out. So I'm just going to continue on and make as many of these as I can get done today. I do have a few errands to get to today as well, so I will have to stop at one point in time, but we will do what we can. So if you're going to do the same thing and put them in the freezer, make sure you put them in one by one in the freezer, because they will start to rise and poof, and they're still rising a little bit in the freezer before they get to the freezing point. And they will kind of rise out of their packaging a little bit. So just a little tip there. And then what I do is I usually will get large Ziploc bags, and I will put 2 per Ziploc bag. this is the last one that I'm doing for today. That will be 12 crusts made for today. And I will bring you back in the morning when we take more out and we make the 5 pizzas for tomorrow night's dinner. Okay, it is the next day. So I ended up making 12 pizza doughs yesterday, put all of them in the freezer, and then this morning I took 3 of them out and I let them sit on the counter all wrapped up for probably 2 hours, and then I greased the 3 bowls here and put the cover on top of them, and they have rose up a little bit. Like I had mentioned yesterday, I make 5 pizzas. This one is gluten-free pizza. I wrote GF for gluten-free so I could tell them apart. And this one actually makes 2. It makes 2 pizzas, small pizzas. These ones will make those extra large pizzas. So because this needs to be kept separate, I'm going to deal with the gluten-free pizza first. So I'm just going to so I just cut that in half. Excuse me. I don't like to do this right on my granite countertop because I have had it discolor, like almost like grease marks in the granite, so I started doing everything on top of cutting boards. Now this one's gluten-free and it does not hold together like regular pizza dough, but it takes a little bit more work. But that's okay. In the end, it all goes down the same hole. And my son is not too picky on that one. Okay. Please excuse the mess behind me. I spent the morning cooking up, I think, 6 packs of bacon, getting it ready for the freezer. And it's just cooling now before I get it completely cleaned off. So this is how I have to work with, I don't know if you can see all the cracks in this, so I have to kind of pinch everything together. This is, like I said, the gluten-free one.
So as I'm watching this back, I realized I had a silicone mat that I could have used underneath all of this stuff so nothing would slide around, but didn't even dawn on me the day that I was making this. So, but oh well, I got through it anyways.
I'm just kind of trying to piece it together and spread it out at the same time. Okay, I think that's as far as I'm going to stretch it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just pinch the edges to kind of keep it in a circle shape, but to also hold the little cracks together. So I'm going to do this again, put the other one. It's not perfect looking, but it does look fine once it is got all all the dressings on it. Okay, so then I'm going to do this, and then I will come back when we're doing the regular pizza. Okay, both the gluten-free ones, they have to be pre-cooked, the crust before the topping, so I'm going to put this in at 400. I think it's for 8 minutes. Anyways, okay, on to the regular. So, spray, these are the I walked in extra large pans. Got them at Dollarama for like $4. That was a little bit ago, so they might be more. Now, just gonna squish that down. I find when I freeze them, they are easier to work with. So when you freshly make them and they've expanded, I find you really have to back and forth, and then they keep shrinking back into their original shape. But when you freeze them, I find you don't have as much of a problem with that. Actually, I don't have any problem with that so far. Now what I do, and this is just me, well, first of all, because I don't have the largest of cutting boards, I roll it out to a little smaller than the size of this, and I fold it in half, and then I lift it over. And then I move this out of the way. Then I'll finish rolling it right on top of the pan. Again, that's just me, what I've kind of learned to do. So now I'm going to do the same thing, just kind of pinch the edges a little bit to, if any misshapen, I still like them. It's not important, but I still like them semicircles. Okay, I could have rolled that out actually a little bit more, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do, because I have 5 of these to make, and with this recipe you need to put a lot of fork pokes into it. I'm going to fully make this pizza here, and then I can start cooking this one right after the gluten-free crust come out. So this is pizza sauce I made last year. I'm going to put that on. So I have been told to not be so stingy on the pizza sauce. So I'll have to put a little bit extra on. Okay. Forgot the cheese. Maybe that's everything I needed. So I was at Costco yesterday. Bought these really big bags of cheese. Haven't tried this one. I hope it's good. It's 2 kilograms. These ones I don't think has the anti-caking stuff in it. Doesn't say. I know the other brand I bought did. Anyways, these ones were $4 off a bag, so I bought like 4 of them. I like to buy them pre-shredded. Just it saves me so much time. One less step that I have to worry about. Okay, so then this part you just do put whatever you guys want on. I pre-cut up about 4 onions, and these are pepperettes. I'll show you the package. Okay, so these are Pillar's pepperoni. I, for some reason, call them pepperettes because they're kind of like dehydrated almost. They're smoked, naturally smoked, I should say. Anyways, I love these. These are such a great burst of flavor. If you've seen my other videos, I love these in breakfast bakes as well. The flavor, and we always buy this spicy because that's fabulous. If you've never tried it, at least try 1 pack. It's fantastic. So we actually like these. I find they taste better than like normal pepperoni because they just have so much more flavor. Everyone in my family really likes these. So we will put a bunch of these on. And then we'll put some onion. And we like spice. So I'm going to put some hot pepper rings on as well. This one's going to be for my middle son who will be home from school shortly. And he's always starving, so I'm going to make sure this one is ready for him that he can eat right away. I don't know if I mentioned to you guys, we actually eat dinner pretty early here, like 3 o'clock kind of thing. I started that years ago. First of all, my oldest son is diabetic, so when he was really young, it was very regimented the times that he would have to eat, and then it had to be so many hours, and then a snack, and then bed, right? So we just got so used to having it early, and we kind of kept that up because like when the kids get home from school at like 2:45 or something, they're always so hungry. So I figured instead of giving them a snack and then eating, 6 or 7 at night, why not just give them their dinner at like 3-ish? That's where they can eat as much as they want. And then they're going to have a snack later anyways. So that's kind of what I do. Anyways, so... Okay, so this is for my one son. He does not like mushrooms. I'm putting mushrooms on the other 2 pizzas. And I think I have enough of that. I'm going to rinse my hands. Oh, and I did take out the gluten-free crust, so they're going to cool down before I put the toppings on of those. So just a little bit more cheese. I don't put too much cheese because I found it makes the crust kind of wet, so I stopped putting as much cheese on. I kind of just put it a little more thin. It still tastes just as good, but nobody wants a floppy pizza. Anyways, that is that, and I'm going to put this one in. I can't remember the time. 12 to 15 minutes. I will put 12 and then I will just check it. So, okay. And then now I'm just going to keep doing the same with the last 2. But these ones have actually risen pretty good.
So this night, everybody loved the pizza. My son ate both of the gluten-free pizzas, and my husband told me that it was one of the best pizzas that I've made so far. There was only 2 slices left for my one son for breakfast, so it was a hit.
Okay, we have everything done. So we got 5 pizzas. These 3 are regular pizzas. these two, I would hold them up, but they're just came out of the oven. These are the two smaller gluten-free ones. Some of my kids got home and they were starving, so I gave them one each. And then we have the 9 doughs to put in the freezer. So I am going to, yeah, I'm going to stick them in bags of 3 since I'm going to use 3 per meal. And that will be 3 more meals prepped in the freezer that all I have to do is take them out in the morning. So yeah, the other thing I was just going to point out, if you make your own homemade pizza and you find that when you cut them, it's a little bit wet in the middle, what I do is I usually take them out about 5 minutes before the time is done, and I cut them into their slices, and then I kind of pull them away from each other, which is what I have done with these ones here to kind of make sure that they were more cooked without, because I don't like hard crust, so if you leave the whole pizza in longer, the whole thing is going to be a little bit harder. So that's just something I do. So if that helps anyone, I hope it does. And yeah, so I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on the next video. Take care.